let's have a look at what are the implications for, developing fluency amongst our students. What are its implications for language use, cultural identity, translation for second language reading? So, to what extent translation or cultural identity or language use can become barriers for becoming fluent readers? So, if the learners, first language and second language has a strong relationship, and the research suggests if you are good at first language, you are likely to become good at second language, or in our case, English. So learners' too much dependence on L1 can become one of the barriers to develop fluency in second language. So, for example, if there is too much use of grammar translation method in the second language classroom, that may not help promote fluency in reading. So, what is required is to make the use of CLT, communicative language teaching, as one of the target methods. The reason is CLT, or communicative language teaching, encourages the use of target language as soon as possible. And it's through CLT we can bring in some tasks which have sort of relationship with that of real life. So without constant and simultaneous translation, learners can get on their way. If there is too much interference of L1, if there is too much use of translation, the learners may not get well on the way. So in the face of, CLT helps promote independence amongst students. So on the other hand, grammar translation method teaches students, for example, if they face some complex structure, they can fall back and they can get help from the dictionaries or from the helping books. So CLT, on the other hand, teaches students not to fall back in the face of complex grammar or syntactic structures. Right. So teachers have an important role to play to develop fluency amongst students. And in this regard, it's the job of the teachers, second language teachers, that they shouldn't expose students to higher levels of reading. If readers are exposed to higher levels of reading, that might become an impediment instead of a facility. Right. So fast, efficient, flexible, strategic reading will not result from decoding. Rather, or it won't develop from grammatical analysis and translation. Rather, it may develop through skimming and scanning, through becoming fluent in terms of reading. So learners should become aware of giving up dependence on translation. This is our job as language teachers, to convey this message, explicitly tell our students that the longer they are dependent on first language, they may not be able to become fluent readers. So they should be made aware of the strategies to overcome barriers. So now the time has come to tell explicitly to our students about the barriers which hamper them from becoming fluent readers, and how we can teach them strategies, metacognitive, cognitive, affective, and social strategies, as we have discussed in some of the previous modules. So these strategies can help develop fluency amongst students So fluency has its implications for second language instruction, and this is much rests upon the teachers and the relationship with that of the students.